Welcome back to the Motorsports Hour, and we return again to our breaking news today. If you're just joining us, a plane carrying Dale Earnhardt Jr. crashed while landing at an airport in Elizabethton, Tennessee. The Elizabethton Municipal Airport is 14 miles southeast of Bristol Motor Speedway. Of course, Bristol Motor Speedway, the site of this weekend's NASCAR races. Jeff Burton and Kyle Petty are at the track as we speak. And if you guys can sort of elaborate, and for fans at home, the fact that flying to that area, Elizabethton, I don't know if it's an airport you guys have landed at, but just the way that this sport, the way NASCAR travels.
Yeah, Kyle? I mean, every team, pretty much every team, drivers, NASCAR themselves, the only way to do this is air travel. That's the only way to do it. And in most cases, it's private air travel because it's impossible to do it flying commercial every single week with the schedules that everybody keeps. So, it's just how it is. There's really no other way. And for the most part, you think about how many hours and how many times, wheels have gone up and gone down, it's proven to be relatively safe.
Yeah, it's incredibly safe, really, when you look at it. And I think what we lose sight of sometimes is we travel and we joke about it and call it a traveling circus, but we all travel together. The Gibbs teams will be 4 teams on one plane or 2 teams on one plane. Drivers all travel together. Team members all travel together. NASCAR officials all travel together. We've been so very, very blessed in this sport, from flying to California and back, to Michigan and back, to Daytona and back. Think about the hours that those truck drivers spend on the highway. Think about the hours that the team members spend in the air, flying different places. It's the only way that we can get where we're going, do the job we're doing for the fans, do the job we're doing for the sponsors, and do it in a safe and efficient manner. And we've been very, very blessed through the years because it's been this way. David Pearson had airplanes. Kel Yarborough had airplanes. The Elliott brothers had airplanes. It goes back 30, 40, 50 years. People have flown to races this way. And when we look at the small, very small, minute number of accidents that we've had, and the fatalities that we've had, it's been a very, very blessed way to travel. We're very fortunate that so far the reports we're hearing are all good, but at the same time, I think it's a wake-up call that this is how we get there, and what we do is not the safest thing in the world sometimes.
And again, some images that are coming out of the Tennessee area there where the crash occurred. And a reminder, yes, the sport travels with private planes, not always at the commercial airports, normally at a fixed base operator. And on any given race weekend, you'll see the line of those planes, the team planes lined up. But Nate, if you could give us the latest on what you're hearing.
Yeah, we also had a tweet from Kelly Earnhardt Miller, Dale's sister, that we can put up here. And Kelly says that we can confirm that Dale, Amy, and Isla, along with his 2 pilots, were involved in the crash and that everyone is safe, taken to the hospital. As I told you earlier, Mike Davis, Director of Communications at Junior Motorsports, says Dale Jr. was taken to the hospital for further evaluation. So, again, it's still early in this process of gathering information, but reports so far seem to be that everybody was okay, and of course, everyone did survive that crash.
And like, earlier in the show, Kyle and Jeff talked about, Dale Earnhardt Jr. is our friend, our colleague, so obviously, as soon as we heard the news, we were all pretty scared. Hopefully the reports that we're getting continue to be good.
Yeah, and it's, you talk about the traveling circus joke. We're a family. Everybody, whether you're drivers, crew members, media, we're all family together, and we have our ups and downs, whether we're competitors or just media in general. But in general, everybody is family, and when you see something like this, it is scary because we all have to do that. This is part of our job. We all have to fly everywhere that we go, and it's Kyle's right. It's very minuscule compared to how many times we fly that something like this does happen. But when something like this actually occurs, it scares all of us. So fortunately, so far, knock on wood, everybody seems to be okay. But, I'm just thinking of everybody.
Yeah, sure. I think Kyle said it well, AJ, that it sends a chill up your spine because the Alan Kulwicki crash, of course, was at Bristol 26 years ago, and there was that Hendrick plane crash where 10 people perished, including some team members. That happened at Martinsville 2004. Thankfully, that didn't happen in this instance. We have this statement as well from the FAA in which they told us what happened to the plane that was carrying Dale Jr. and his family. A Cessna Citation rolled off the end of runway 24 and caught fire after landing at Elizabethton Municipal Airport in Tennessee at 3:40 p.m. today. And again, no injuries were reported.